we seem to be having some technical difficulties with a couple people. I don't know what's going on, but you're welcome to start if you have an agenda, and I'll get rid of lo-fi.
Well, hey there, Giantkin. How you doing?
Not too bad.
Thank you so very much for having us here today. I believe Manu's also raising his hand to join.
Yeah, that's actually an invite from us. He just has to
okay. Copy.
Anybody else?
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
How's everybody feeling today? You guys have you had an opportunity to take a look and kind of furthermore kind of see what's been up in our camp and Giantkin? I mean, I would love for you to kind of help a little bit in that insight as to what the ShapeShift community is aware of, and that way we can kind of dive into everything that we've got going.
I would assume we know nothing. The couple people that set this up aren't here yet, and I haven't been able to get a hold of them all day, so I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Well, no problem. Well, thank you nonetheless for having us with you guys in the community. We are incredibly thankful to be here. Part of what's been happening, and we had the opportunity to work with ShapeShift during ETH Barcelona, which was a fantastic opportunity to connect with your community as well. But today we're here to kind of talk a little bit about what's been going on with Doin Good over the last course of this year, and where we are headed, and where we believe we would love for the ShapeShift community to be involved and participate with us. How you doing, Vlad?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yay. How's everyone doing? I was like looking for you guys on Twitter.
How's everything, bro?
Everything's fine. I'm here with a friend.
I also thought that we were gonna have this on Twitter.
Maybe we can do some simultaneous thing with some OBS skills or something.
Can we?
I don't know. Hopefully Giantkin doesn't kill me for that. And it's Magnolia.
King went now.
Sorry, my dog. So who else is coming? Is Willie coming? The Smith?
Let me ping in the Telegram group to make sure that everybody is aware.
Okay, send out some messages. Firebomb is here. Hey Firebomb. Hey GP. Hey Hohack. Hey Psi. Good night, bot. I can see that Willie sent me some notes. He's probably going to be here soon. We can wait for 5 more minutes, otherwise I can start here representing ShapeShift. That would be the first time that happens, but I'm okay because it's Manu, because it's my friend, my dog. I can pull lo-fi back on. Yeah, maybe some lo-fi for 5 minutes while you wait for people and understand everything. Thank you, Giant King. That was so fast. Ah, okay, I see. Willie is going back from the doctor. So that's beautiful, Giant King. Minutes, guys. Okay. Welcome, Willie.
Willie, how are you, sir?
A little bit quiet today, so maybe let's get started while Willie fix his microphone. I hope he can hear us. I can maybe he's using his phone. You know how tricky those things can be. So we're here with Doing Good Krill, and I think the best way of starting this is asking for our guests, what is doing good?
Well, hey, thank you so very much, Vlad, for having us, and Willie for having us, and of course, your ShapeShift community. Very excited to be here with you all and sharing a little bit about what we've been up to over the last year. And right now, what you all have seen of Doing Good is basically a marketplace in which creators, collectors, and social impact organizations kind of come together, utilizing Web3 technologies for creators to enable a new way for funds to flow to social impact organizations that they care most about. What's fantastic is that everything that you have seen thus far with Doing Good and its marketplace has all been built on Polygon. The project in itself currently has over 60 social impact organizations already onboarded to our marketplace and to our social registry. That being said, over the course of the last year, with incredible amounts of creators, we've been able to do a little bit over $400,000 in USD and NFT sales, and over $90,000 going to social impact organizations on chain. Everything that you've seen thus far with the Doing Good marketplace has been also a culmination of our being able to meet people like yourselves in IRL events from all over the world, from ETH Denver to ETH Barcelona to DevCon to ETH Berlin, ETHCC. Manu had the opportunity speaking over there, and really connecting all these communities in which we've had the privilege of like getting to learn about and getting to work with, and really bringing that community together in a way that enables everybody to utilize what we've been kind of working towards, which is opening up Doing Good to being a protocol and a DAO. And please, Manu, correct me, or please add on anything else that you think is really important for our friends below and the friends above here to know about what we're doing.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sami. Yeah, Sami said Doing Good started as an NFT marketplace where creators, they can tokenize any form of creativity, whether it's video, music, 3D objects, animations, or any sort of media. They come to the platform, and yeah, basically when they create a profile, they're using the ceramic network. So that means that the profile is actually owned by the creator and not owned by the platform. Also, another important thing to mention is that royalties are on-chain, not off-chain as the major NFT platforms out there. And yeah, another thing that is important to mention is that within Doing Good, every creation that is in the platform is giving to social causes, as Sami said. Within the Doing Good protocol, we started with a 5% to social causes, but the creators, they can decide how much they want to give. And as Sami said, over $400,000 have been transacted within the platform. And from those $400,000, actually $90,000 have been going to creators, which is around more than 20%. Creators on Doing Good are very generous, and they're giving more than 20% of the funds that they're receiving to social good. And this is how we started. But also, another thing that is important to mention is that we recognize that technology is only a tool, and that we the people of Web3, we are humans, and we are creating a lot of culture around, let's say, public goods. So we're trying to create, this group of people that are, giving back and doing things with the intention of providing value back to their communities and so on. And we're trying to make this cool, trying to make giving and being, generous, making it cool. And yeah, also another thing that is important to mention is that, as Sami said, we're the team behind ETH Barcelona. We have organized multiple events in real life, but also online. And we think that in real life events are a key and fundamental for the success of Doing Good, because as I said before, it's all about the humans coming together and building together and creating the culture together. And sadly, we cannot create, let's say, such a strong culture as we would like just on the internet. We need the real life experiences in order to do that. And why I'm saying that is because when you are in person, you get to experience a new form, not a new form, let's say a traditional form of interacting with humans. You get to experience their energy. You get to experience also how they treat others, and also how they treat you as well. And that builds, that builds the opportunity to create, let's say, a stronger bond and a stronger relationship between the contributors of the project. And yeah, doing good now is basically getting ready for the launch of the Doing Good protocol and the Doing Good DAO. And we're starting with the Doing Good community membership, which ShapeShift and multiple other organizations, over 40 organizations, have joined this pledge to doing good. And yeah, this is going to be like the very, very beginning of the Doing Good DAO.
And
Wow.
also, oh, just go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Vlad.
No, no, I'm just gonna say that I think you can wrap it up. Because this is, I'm kidding, of course, but those two first answers were like so amazing and so complete. I like the whole aspect of like win-win-win, like the creator, the nation for the public goods, and everything embedded in the platform and how guys built it and how guys started is like amazing. I just got like so excited about what is coming. And sorry about interrupting because just was a very, very good answer, guys. So stoked that you guys are here for that.
Vlad, actually, I forgot to mention something. The way that Doing Good was started, we started building a platform during the pandemic called 5pandemics.com. I actually posted the link on the chat. Actually, it doesn't look like a link. Let me post the real link. Yeah, we started building this platform called 5pandemics.com, and it was a place where people over the world could request and offer help. We built this platform in over 30 languages without raising one single US dollar. It was people from all over the world contributing with code, contributing with design, contributing with QA, with communications, and so on. And while we were building this platform, the idea was to actually distribute value back to all the people that participated in the creation process of the platform. But when we started to talk about tokens, about governance, and so on, most of the people didn't really understand it. Most of the people that were contributing to the project weren't, Web3 people. So they didn't get it, why we need a token, why we need governance, why a public space or a public good like this place that we created, why it has to be governed by the community and not by a centralized entity. And then also another thing that we discovered while we were building this platform, we noticed that many companies wanted to put their name on it as well. We had over 45 or 50 organizations that contributed with with software, also with credits, also with licenses and so on. And yeah, we realized that, there are a lot of companies that want to do good. There are a lot of companies that want to contribute to society. And also another thing that we realize is that many people behind nonprofits and NGOs are actually artists. And for us, that was kind of like mind-blowing. How is it possible that currently in the world that we live in, there's no bridge between the creator economy and the giving economy? So that's how the idea of Doing Good came out. How can we create tools for those people to support themselves and support the causes that they care about? And yeah, that's a little bit of history about Doing Good.
Amazing. Actually, it's the same place that my Twitter idea came early. That's exactly what I was meaning. But anyway, I think Willie now has his microphone set up. Want to say hi, Willie?
Hey, everybody. So sorry about the technical difficulties, but glad to be here. And plus one, I loved so much of everything you just said, Manu. It's great to hear the whole story. And Doing Good, you guys are doing so much good. I understand you guys have this NFT marketplace that can do good and support social good projects. You're doing the events, and every event that I've seen you guys put on so far has been amazing. And then also just building this whole community of those aligned around doing good. And so really excited to see the progress so far, and the doing good marketplace is amazing. Check it out if you guys haven't already. It's beautiful. I think you guys have the best UI UX for any NFT marketplace that I've seen so far. And I love that the platform that has the best UX is the one that's for good. And I love just the idea around rewarding those who do good with an NFT, and giving someone an NFT when they do donate. It seems like such a no-brainer, and I think it's a great way to support that vision of making doing good cool. And I totally align with you guys on that. I think it's a big opportunity that we have just to make the act of doing good and giving back cool. I think that can be very powerful, and I look forward to the day that on Tinder people can list their NFTs to show the projects that they've supported and the causes they care about. And when someone's swiping through on Tinder, they can, are they going to swipe right on the guy who just smokes weed, or the guy who's supported all these social good projects and smokes weed? So I love what you guys are doing. I'm really
100% agree with you. Right now, like in our communities, when we talk about being cool, we think about these clubs like the Soho House, and all of these clubs where actually it's more like based on the amount of money that you have rather than the contributions that you're making. But imagine that we can make a Soho House type of club where actually the people that are part of it are those that are contributing to humanity in one way or another. So making it, as I said before, making it cool to be giving, and to be actually generating some value for humanity.
I think it's so powerful. I think once we've made giving back cool, I think that's when we've won. So I'm so glad you guys are working on that. I'd be super curious to hear. I wanted to hear more about the Doing Good membership and the manifesto. But before we dive into that, I'm super curious just to hear. So you haven't launched the Doing Good DAO yet, right? And everything you guys are doing is all about activating the community. And you guys have done such a great job of building this community even before launching the DAO. I'm curious to hear how you guys think things might change once you've launched the DAO in terms of the community.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Well, I have to say that most of the DAOs out there currently, their main, let's say, motive is the token itself and the price of the token. And governance currently, let's say, most of the DAOs is driven by token holding. And yeah, with what we're planning, we're actually learning from different, let's say, DAOs and different systems out there. I'm sure that you guys know how Optimism is doing, that it has like two, they call it chambers. They have like the chamber of token holders, and then the chamber, I think they call it citizens, if I'm not mistaken. And basically they're separating these let's say, these two bodies, and one is checking the other. With Doing Good, we're gonna be doing something very similar. But the main difference with what we're doing is that it's not gonna be only about token holding, but also about basically let's say, the things that you have done that are provable and verifiable by the community, and at the same time that that can first be public, be transparent, anyone can see it. Also, we're going to have two houses similar to Optimism, the house of token holders, but the token holders is not directly the ones that hold the token, but actually the ones that stake the token and earn governance with time. That's one house. They're going to elect something that we call guardians. Guardians are going to be, let's say, transparent people, let's say, docs people that are committed to doing good, are committed to creating public goods in general, and they're going to be elected by these token holders that have staked their tokens. And yeah, once they're elected, these elected guardians, they're going to have one person, one vote. So essentially, we're going to have these two chambers, one with the token holders, one with guardians. Both the guardians are basically going to be curating all the different proposals that are being made by the community, and they're going to be kind of like carrying the flag and pushing that proposal to the DAO, and then the token holders will vote and decide if they want to pass or not pass the proposal. So similar as you do it in, let's say, traditional governance, where you have let's say a Senate, and in the Senate you have let's say deputies, and those deputies represent your region. Imagine that in the traditional world, you need to convince your representative to actually take forward your proposal in the Senate. So we're thinking in a similar way, but actually, doing it in the digital space, and obviously doing it in a transparent way, so we can see first when the money comes into the DAO, second, who are making the decisions, what are the proposals that are being passed, and so on. And third, also, after the money has been distributed to those social causes, also making sure that there's actually impact being made. And how do we do that? We have something that we call impact reporters. And the impact reporters are essentially community members, journalists, or whoever who wants to report on the good that has been done. So let me give an example of how this will work in the future. So when we launch the Doing Good DAO, there's not going to be, let's say, any social costs added yet to the registry or anything. We launch it, and then I say, okay, I believe we should open a guild for, let's say, maybe how's it called? Life Below Water. Let's open a guild for Life Below Water. Life Below Water is one of the Sustainable Development Goals by the United Nations. I put that proposal, then a guardian likes the proposal, put the proposals to vote, people vote, they say, yeah, we believe that we should have this guild of Life Below Water. Then once the proposal is passed, the guild is open, and then that guild can start collecting funds that come from NFT sales, collecting funds that come from geo pools, so capital geo pools. So for example, imagine that you have some money locked on Aave, and that is generating a 10% per year. Imagine that from that 10% per year, maybe you donate 50% to the Life Below Water Guild. So it's not that your money is coming directly from your pocket, but it's money that is coming from the guild that is being generated, and it's also money that is being generated through NFT sales as well. So then after all of these, after the guild has money and so on, then I can come and say, hey, I think that the beach in Barcelona is really dirty. We should clean it up. And I have 10 people that are going to be working with me for cleaning up the beach. And it's going to cost, I don't know, $20,000, for example. I put that proposal, the proposal gets passed, I receive the $20,000. And then there's going to be community members and journalists and so on that are going to record that I actually am doing the job of cleaning the beach in Barcelona, or after the job has been done, they can record that the beach is now clean. Then the people that have contributed any form of value to the guild, they're going to be able to curate and decide which are the reports that have the most value. And those reports that have the most value, they will also be rewarded with the guild tokens. And those guild tokens, they can exchange it for USDC or for ETH or for any other form of currency that is, let's say, basically validated by the DAO. So like that, we're creating an ecosystem not only for giving, but also for making sure that impact is actually being done. And for example, if I didn't do the job that I said that I was supposed to be doing, then, for example, the DAO can kick me out as a possible recipient of donations in the future. So like that, we humans can have a tool that can help us coordinate globally and distribute value to those organizations that we believe are actually creating impact for humanity. So for example, I'm sure that you guys have heard that many people say that the Red Cross is actually not doing their job, or that they're taking a lot of the money and putting it somewhere where it's not necessarily the best. Well, imagine that we had a protocol and we can actually have all of that visible for all of us. And if we realize that that's exactly what is happening, then we can just kick them out of the protocol, and they won't be longer a recipient of donations or let's say money that gets streamed to them. So like that is a way for us to coordinate how let's say the money gets distributed, and also to verify that actually the money is being used for what it's supposed to be used. So yeah, coming back to your question, Willie, how is this going to affect the future of the DAO? Well, first of all, DAOs are composed by humans, and that's why we have been putting a lot of effort into first creating a community and interacting with the human beings of different organizations that we believe are aligned with our values, like ShapeShift, who we believe is deeply, let's say, aligned with our values, since you guys have decided to decentralize everything. And yeah, the idea is, you know, we think that every organization out there in the Web3 space is building a piece of the puzzle that will help us solve humanity problems. But it is now time to put those pieces of the puzzle together and start building with intention. Because that's also another thing that is important to remember, that everything that we're building is just a tool. But if you put intention to those tools, basically you can shape the future of how that tool is being used. And that's kind of like the idea of you know, building community first, and also building culture first before actually building the DAO and launching the DAO. Because basically the humans are part of it, are going to be the ones making the decision and actually shaping the whole future of the DAO.
It's all about community at the end of the day, and we're always very interested in that transition from projects who have already cultivated a community, and then they launch a DAO, and it's like they give their community now all these tools they can use to pass proposals, manage a treasury, and design this economy, like you were saying, to hopefully get the incentives in the right place so that people are incentivized to do good. That's what it's all about. And right now, I think that's one of the big things we lack on profit social good space, is those incentives. So I'm very curious to see how DAOs like Doing Good can create new economies around that, and hopefully incentivize people to do the right thing and reward those who do good. Let's talk about this, the Doing Good manifesto. If you guys, unless you already talked about that, would love to share with the community what that manifesto is about, and maybe solicit some signatures.
Yeah, so about I would say almost about a month and a half ago, we launched what is the Doing Good manifesto, and that manifesto was really a culmination of everybody within the organization's real thought and thesis of what this all really truly means for us to put, as Manu said, a lot of these pieces of the puzzle together. You know, a lot of what's happening right now in society it's really interesting, and something that we are very proud of was something that we experienced together in Barcelona, where we kind of changed that narrative of like, hey, you can lead by example and be sustainable and do good and still be a net positive, you know, and changing this idea of like what it means to do good is meant to be only donation or charity based, and not something in which we as human beings are meant to be rewarded for, or you know, looked in like this light of, okay, doing good can be profitable. And I don't necessarily mean profitable in the context of monetary profits, but like social capital, human capital, the mind of all the individuals that are coming together in this collective to be able to create this change for humanity is that, in fact, the very thing that we try to kind of put into paper with this manifesto. And so since then, we've had the opportunity to say that today we have over 16,600 signees, or that have engaged in this thesis of what we believe we want to create for this next phase of tooling. And that's extremely exciting, really, and Vlad, because I mean, obviously, you guys are also with us in this, and it becomes, again, what Manu said, bringing all these individuals that we've had the privilege of, you know, meeting in real life and at all these different events, and start working together intentionally.
Yeah, also another thing to mention is that in the Doing Good manifesto, we express our worries about the world that we're living in, and also express our worries about what's happening also in the Web3 space, that we are basically kind of like replicating the same issues that we have in the traditional space. And yeah, we just want to, you know, express to the world that we cannot trade long-term solutions for temporary measures, which is something that we're doing very often within let's say countries and within nation states and so on. When we talk about, let's say, climate change and so on, like we don't really care about the future too much. We're just caring about what's happening now, and we just care about me, and not about the collective. So here in the Doing Good manifesto, we talk about how we believe also that every human has something to give, and that every human is a creator themselves, and also that we believe that that it's possible that every expression of human creativity can build a better world, meaning that, you know, no matter how we communicate, if it's the form of video, music, writing, or any form of expression, can actually contribute to society. And a clear example is Doing Good itself, like the marketplace that has launched. Every creation that is on the marketplace is giving back to communities, whether it's you know, whether it's recognition or whether it's money, because that's also another thing. When people think about give, they only think about money, but in reality, it goes beyond that. I'm sure that everyone remembers what happened with the Black Lives Matter movement, that everyone was posting a black picture on Instagram, and this is a form of creation of value. And the value is the recognition of the movement, rather than just money. And, you know, attention in our era is super, super important and super, super valuable. Well, imagine that there's even people that talk about the attention economy. So yeah, you know, being able to create awareness about different topics, whether it's climate change, gender equality, poverty, or any topic around the world, is actually valuable for humanity. Also, we believe that, you know, that many of the projects that are working in the Web3 space are creating pieces of the puzzle that can help us solve humanity's problems. And now that it's time for us to bring those pieces of the puzzle together, and as I said before, also to put these pieces of the puzzle together with the intention of doing good for humanity. And why I'm saying this again, the intention, is because, as I said before, tools can be used for good and also used for bad. A clear example is a hammer. A hammer can be used for, let's say, putting a piece of art in my wall, but the same hammer can be used for hitting someone in the head. So tools in general, they don't have, let's say, souls. We humans were the ones who give them some meaning and some soul by basically interacting with them and giving them intention. So here in the Doing Good manifesto is a call to all the humans that believe that we can create a better world together, to basically, you know, come and sign and manifest that they want to be part of this movement. And yeah, we launched this, as Sami said, a month and a week ago, more or less. And yeah, we wrote this together with many of the team members. So it wasn't like one person writing this. but actually many of the team members actually contributed with one sentence or with let's say with the right tone and so on. So yeah, it was an effort that we did together within the Doing Good initial, let's say, community members. And yeah, super glad to see that many people actually resonated with it. And obviously super glad to have the support from you guys as well.
Congratulations on getting all the signatures. Hopefully we just got a few during this call. Please sign if you guys haven't already, Foxes. You guys give me hope though. I also, like, one of the main reasons I care about the social good movement is out of fear, and the fact that, like, if we don't change things significantly, then as society we're fucked. So it gives me a lot of hope to see projects like you guys pushing this movement forward, and then all the signatures you've been able to capture from people who are committed to doing good. Let's talk about the Doing Good membership allow list and what it means, because that ShapeShift is a part of that, thanks to an anonymous donor from a benevolent community member. What does it mean that for ShapeShift to be a member of the Doing Good family?
Yeah, thanks for asking that question, and thanks to the anonymous donor as well for contributing and wanting ShapeShift to be part of this family. So yeah, as we said before, everything that we're building involves humans and needs humans. So what we thought was, okay, how can we curate the initial members of the Doing Good DAO? So what we thought is, okay, the way of doing it is actually finding communities that we think are aligned, and we think that want to also contribute and want to also collaborate between them to be part of this movement. So Doing Good is not only creating products, but it's creating a movement with a lot of products. We created, let's say, NFT ticketing systems. We created also business cards with NFTs, also moments that you could take a picture and make it a moment, and obviously also the possibility of donating through creativity. So those are like the initial tools that we built. Let's say when I say we, I mean the core team that is behind Doing Good right now. And we think that these are only the very, very beginning of the tools that we can create. And well, with all of those other communities that are joining, we can essentially create new products. So for example, imagine on ShapeShift that whenever you're going to be doing a transaction, you could potentially be donating a percentage, or that you could potentially be also doing a carbon offset, or that you could potentially be, let's say, putting that money into a pool that then is managed by all the community members, and they can decide to who they can distribute that value to. Those are just, let's say, examples that come to my head right now. But yeah, the idea of this membership is for all of these organizations that are signaling that they want to do good, to also collaborate between them and create solutions that can help humanity in one way or another. And the idea is that we're going to be hosting in real life events and also online events in order to foster this possible collaboration between all the different teams. At the same time, the people that are part of the different organizations that are contributing to this community membership, these organizations are essentially curating the initial humans that are going to be part of the Doing Good DAO. So essentially, the different members of those different communities are going to have different NFTs, or actually, let's not call it NFTs, let's call it non-transferable memberships. These non-transferable memberships are essentially time limited, so they expire. And they have a very, let's say, very significant let's say low entry level. So the initial membership for, let's say, for the community members is going to be around 0.0111 ETH, which right now I think is around $15. That's like the tier 4. Then there's going to be tier 3, which is going to be around 0.111 ETH, and then the tier 2, 1.11 ETH, and the tier 1, 4.20 ETH. And yeah, essentially those people that contribute to this initial membership are going to be, let's say, the initial members of the Doing Good DAO. And yeah, the idea here, as I said before, is also to provide value to those members as well. The individual members, they're going to have first access to all the different channels where we are going to be discussing governance and so on, but also they're going to have access to the different events that we create, and also events that we curate, and also events that we're invited to be part of. So for example, in Colombia, while during DEF CON, the maker team decided to allocate a percentage of the tickets that they had to the Doing Good community of ravers. Also, the same thing happened with Lens and Ave. They gave us also a number of tickets that we could give within the community. At the same time, we also co-hosted an event together with Mochi, Liquidity, and multiple other organizations that we call Ensueño. And yeah, it wasn't just a party, it was actually recreating a dream and trying to bring people together in a place where they could connect and where they could interact more than just listen to music. At the same time, also there's going to be other advantages. So the advantages are going to be based on the amount of rewards that the members are going to be receiving every time that they contribute to public goods. So it's more this let's say non-transferable membership is more like a commitment of doing good, and also a commitment of being part of the community, and a commitment of contributing whenever they can. And yeah, maybe Sammy, if you want to add something, feel free.
Yeah, and obviously, thank you, Manu, for that. And I hope everybody got that, because I mean, this is something that's so exciting for all of us, again, to have the opportunity to share what's been being worked on, and utilizing these different tools, as Manu mentioned, from the NF tickets to the moments to the speaker cards, and I'm sure so much more that you guys at ShapeShift also will be able to bring to the table, and harness these protocols to be able to stream, funds to initiatives and organizations you all care about the most. So that being said, with ShapeShift kind of being involved with us already as community members, this is also opening everything up to you guys as part of the community. And that also enables a 25% discount to those NFTs for being a part of the ShapeShift community. So definitely, if you guys resonate with what both Manu and myself have kind of expressed with what we've been working on at Doing Good, sign the manifesto. First read it, and if it resonates, sign the manifesto. And then there's actually a little gift that will come your way if you do sign this manifesto and tweet about it. So definitely take a look at what's in the Doing Good profile in your collected section once you've signed that manifesto and tweeted it out. Thank you, guys.
Oh, I got one, and I like it. And talking about gifts, I think that's my quill for tonight's special surprise. Some of you guys that are listening to the stage have found us the global work stream during some events, including Ethereum Barcelona. Hohack was in Ethereum Barcelona, for example. Mr. Bear over there also was in Cosmoverse. Pizza J was in FT Rio. Isaac was in BitConf and FT Rio. Anyway, most of us here actually, we got a physical ShapeShift POAP card that therefore we have the POAP, ShapeShift POAP in our wallets. Therefore, we had access to this list of wallets, and we prepare a little surprise in Doing Good. So if you guys go to your Doing Good page right now, aside of the manifesto, because I know you guys signed, you're gonna see that you have a ShapeShift card NFT on it. So we minted digital versions of this card, and we gave for the POAP owners, which is the most probable owners of the cards. And great part of the ShapeShift community plus 150. I have trouble with numbers, guys. 150 wallets were gifted with those POAPs and those ShapeShift cards in their Doing Good accounts. Some of the wallets were registered on Doing Good account already, and some were not, and they're gonna also have this very nice ShapeShift surprise when they do. And I believe some of you guys maybe don't have a Doing Good account yet. You now have a very good reason to create one. So go there and find your NFT gift, because as I can see in the chat, most of you have ShapeShift POAP. And if you don't understand anything that I said, I'm gonna link my profile where you can see the NFT cards that you guys also probably have.
Thank you, Vlad. Much appreciated. You can cherish that card. All right, we got a couple minutes left, and I'm curious. I want to make sure that any of the foxes that do resonate and want to be a member of the Doing Good family know when this NFT mint starts. Is it already live, or if not, when will this be open?
So following the process of on Doing Good, we created the cards. Then we minted all the cards that you need for distribution, and then we sent for all the wallets. So after we sent all the cards for the pot owners, we just had to finish Ethereum Barcelona because I had some struggle in Polygon network today. But anyway, after finishing all this airdrop, 90% is done. The cards are listed for $20 in Doing Good. And if you buy the digital version of the card, you're probably gonna get a real one. And the next Doing Good event that are gonna bring some cards numbered 0 for you, and you also be helping the artist Pizza J, which is a valuable member of our community. And part of the sale goes to ShapeShift Treasure, and part of the sale goes automatically for Gitcoin, causing some social impact, which is one of the coolest features of Doing Good. So again, we are dropped the cards. The left, what we have left from the digital versions is for sale. And if you buy it, you're gonna help the artist ShapeShift and Gitcoin through Doing Good.
Share the link.
Thanks, Vlad. Yeah, show it. All right, and when does the NFT membership mint go live for Doing Good?
I believe it's going to be within the next 2 weeks.
Okay, sweet. We'll be sure to let the community know as soon as that's
For
live.
sure. For sure.
And looking forward to. Oh yeah, looking forward to the launch of the DAO and seeing how ShapeShift and our community support the movement.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah, thank you. So great to learn more about Doing Good. Thank you guys for joining us today. Thanks,
Appreciate
Foxes.
y'all.
Thank you so much for hosting and for being part of this movement for good, and also for contributing so much with your vibes and your presence, and also with the, let's say, with the community itself, also helping bring new community members and helping them educate around what public goods are and so on. We highly appreciate that, the work that you guys are doing.
Appreciate you guys, and yeah, honored to be a part of the family and supporting however we can.
Amazing.
So, thank you
Thank you.
guys. Take care.
See you guys soon. Cheers. Much love.
Much love. Bye-bye.
See you guys. It was a pleasure.
All love,
Thank
guys.
you so much. Bye-bye.
Cheers.